starting with the session. I'm sharing my screen. I hope everybody is well, good, fine, and safe. Okay. Is my screen visible to all? Students, is my screen visible to all? Okay. So in the last session, we have discussed the basic programs related to the calculator and have to write the formula in a C code. So coming back to those programs, I have given you as a practical, as an homework, that was the third program, calculating the simple interest. So let's discuss that first. So whoever has done that program, please let me know the output of that and the code of that. Anyone has implemented that program, has performed it, executed it? Anyone? Has anybody performed that program? Is there any error or is there any doubt you have? You came across any error while performing that experiment? Kunal, have you performed that practical? Which one? The calculating simple interest? Okay. Any one of you has performed that practical of calculating simple interest? Or you want me to perform it? Or you want me to give you the logic? Okay. So I'm explaining that here, that what you need to do in that program, and then I will be giving you five minutes and you all need to perform that. Okay. So what the program says about? Program is about write a program to calculate simple interest. Already they have given the logic, the formula of calculating the simple interest. It's simply you need to implement your formula into your code. So they have also given us the variables we need to take. I, simple interest, P is the principal amount, R is the rate of interest, and N is the number of years. So moving on. what they have said. What you need to do is you need to take the input from user of which variables, that will be the principal amount, that is equals to P. You need to store that in a P variable. Next, what you have to take from the user, that is the rate of interest. Students, please turn off your okay. The rate of interest. For how many rate of interest you are providing the principal amount. So the rate of interest in the variable R. Next is number of years. That is stored in as an N. Okay. So these are the variable interest. So principal amount means the rupees. So that will store it as an integer variable. So integer data type, you need to declare the variables variable declaration. Which variables will be in an integer data type, that is principal amount and number of years. Then the whatever values that that will be in the point, so that will store it as an float data type. So which variables will be stored in the float, that would be the rate of interest R and the simple interest that we are calculating. Now what's the formula? The formula is about I is equals to P into R into N, the whole divided by 100. So that's it. This is how you can calculate the simple interest. Now taking each and every input from user. So what we are going to write is the scanf statement for each. First scanf will be for principal amount. For the principal amount. Right now I am not writing the whole program. I'm just giving you that you have to perform it. And I will give you 5 to 7 minutes to perform this practical, and I need everyone to perform it. So the first printf will be for principal amount and that scanf. It is an integer data type, so %d comma the variable ampersand the variable you need to store in. So where we are storing the principal amount in the P variable. Next will be for rate of interest. And the same scanf, but the change will be as the data type is float. So percentage f comma ampersand, and the variable you are storing, that's r. Then the printf next printf is for number of years. So the scanf for the same number of years in the integer. So percentage d comma ampersand, the variable you are storing, that is n. And then the formula for calculating principal interest, sorry, the simple interest, and then printing the output. So how we will print the output? Printf simple interest equal to percentage f comma the variable I. That's it. This is the logic. I have almost written the whole program. Now you need to write it into your C. You have to just write it, whichever platform you are using it. So I'm giving you 5 to 7 minutes to write. Then I will ask anyone to show me their output. Once you are done with this, just let me know in the chat box. I hope everyone is clear about the logic, that what you have to do. I have given you the step by step about it. The first step will be of that is writing the basic C structure. That is including header files, then integer main. In integer main, you will write return 0 between the curly braces. Why curly braces? Because integer main is a function. To write anything inside the function, you need to write it into the curly braces. So your main code will be into the curly braces inside the integer main. Then, so the basic structure is including hash include, the header file, that is stdio.h, right? Then the main function, curly braces, then inside that return 0. Then the second step will be of variable declaration. The third step, second step is of variable declaration. Then the third step, taking input from user. Next, your main logic means implementing the logic, and third, the printing your output. So I hope you are clear with the steps. Now your time starts now. I'm giving you 5 minutes. 5 to 7 minutes to complete your program, as I have explained you the logic and the steps. Once you are done with the program, just let me know into the chat box. Anybody is having any doubt?
No, ma'am, no.
Okay. Then implement the program and share your output in the chat box to everyone. Whoever is, just remember one thing. If anybody is asking me any question or you are replying to my question, just do it to everyone so that everyone can know.
क्यों करवा रहे हैं क्लास आप?
So once you are done, just let me know. I'm not speaking anything, so it's okay if you rejoin. So anybody is done with the program? Okay. Please, please send your message to everyone, not just me. Please, students. Anyone else? Then Kunal, who is performing the experiment? Kunal, what you have done? Can you share your code to everyone in the chat? Sorry, Saurav. Who was there? Yes, Saurav Kumar. Can you share your code to me? Share it in everyone. Okay. Now I'm to executing the code so that everyone can see. Is my screen properly and the code properly visible to you all? Good. So what I have done is included header files. Step 1 done. Main function. Now I had declared the principal amount and the number of years. As integer value. Then interest and simple interest and the rate of interest as a float value. So I had taken the user input by scanf and the formula. And then the printf, the output. So now I'm executing this code. Whose mic is on? I'm executing the code, just remember that. And I'm giving the same input as the Kunal. What Kunal has given, the same input I'm going to give in my output. So 1000 as the principal interest, rate of interest 0.5, number of years 5. That's done. The simple interest for the principal amount of rupees 1000 at the rate of interest of 0.5 for number of years 5, that is 25 rupees. So that's it. Anybody else has done the program? So I hope everyone is clear about this program. Is there any doubt? Okay. Now moving on to the next. So we had performed the program of interchanging two numbers and conversion of kilometer into meter, feet, inches and centimeters. So the next is write a program to compute Fahrenheit from centigrade. So this is the conversion of centigrade to Fahrenheit, and even the formula is given to you. So what will be the input for you? That is the centigrade. Centigrade. For the exam point of view, if they are asking any of the conversions, 90% formula will be given to you. And if the formula is not given to you, then you need to take care of some of the formulas, basic formula they will ask. But 99%, if there is any conversions, then they will provide you the formula. Yes. So I'm performing it here. So the first step, the program is about C to F dot C. So that is centigrade to Fahrenheit. Now converting centigrade to Fahrenheit. We can ignore spelling mistakes. Okay. So the first step I'm performing, that is including header files. Next, integer main. So here we need just one variable, that is centigrade. I'm declaring the centigrade as a float variable because that could be in any form. Float C, comma F. F is the Fahrenheit in which we need to store our output. So next time printf, I'm taking the user defined input. Scanf double quotes %f because it is a float value, comma ampersand, the variable in which I need to store the input. So C. Right now, conversion formula. So that is given as f is equals to 1.8 into C plus 32. Printing our output using printf statement. So that is Fahrenheit is equals to %f, comma f. Clear? Compiling the program, executing it. I'm providing the Fahrenheit value as 37 as an input, and the Fahrenheit value is equals to 98.5998. The after 0.6 digit, because it is the float data type. Float will by default give the 6 digit after decimal. So now I hope everyone is clear about this. Okay. Moving on to next. Next is the write a C program to find out the distance traveled by the equation. Same as above, they have given over here the conversion formula was given. Over here the equation is given, which you need to implement into your code, right? So the 7th program, write a C program to find out the distance traveled by the equation. That is your today's work, your practice work. In the next lab, we will be discussing this program. Same, not like today that you will perform it once the lab starts. This is your practice work for your home. So whenever you are free, just perform this. If there is any doubt or any error coming in, we will be discussing in the next lab. I have given the question in the chat box. You can check it out, and even I'm giving you the hint for implementing this equation. So a hint, same as the conversion program. First of all, you need to write the basic C structure, then you have to declare the variables. Here are some of the variables, that is U, T for time, and A and D. Here are the 4 variables that you need to declare. So you as it is a distance, so it can be even 2.5 kilometers, 2.3 kilometers, or anything. So you can take it as a float value or as an integer value as per your choice. So I'm giving you the declare it as a float or integer as your choice. So 4 variables you have to declare. That is D, then U, then T, and A, right? Then you have to take which are your input variables? That is U, T, and A are your input variables. So take the input from the user, then writing your conversion formula, sorry, your equation, that is D is equals to, first of all in the brackets, U into T to avoid the mistake, then addition A into T raised to 2. So this is your conversion formula. Now I hope I have given you the hint how you need to implement it. So I'm giving you this as a practice program. You need to implement it before your next lab, and we'll discuss this program in the next lab. Any doubts? I am asking to everyone, students, any doubts? Okay. Now, moving on to next. Next program C is about write a C program to find that the accepted number is whether positive, negative, or 0. So what are they saying about? Okay. So what this says about, you have to give the input, a number, and providing input is equals to the number. What will be the output? Output is whether number is positive or negative or 0. So this is your problem definition, or your next practical says about. So these are the 3 conditions that has been given to us, that the number is either positive, either negative, or 0, that we need to check. For that will be going to use some control statements. Which are the control statements in C? First is if condition. If statement, then it is if else, then it is if else if ladder, nested if, and the last but not the least, that is the switch case. One by one, we will be learning this conditional statements and how you can implement this conditional statements into your program. In the later programs, you will be using each of them. So before starting it, I am giving you the necessary syntax for each. First is if condition, right? So you need to use if keyword for any. If there is one condition, only one condition we need to check. For example, I am taking it as example as I need to check whether the number is positive or not. So what is the condition? So that condition you need to provide over here besides if brackets condition. In the below condition, in the curly braces, you will provide the code. For example, printf, whatever is your statement, or else anything else means anything else you want to perform in the if. So that will be provided inside the if condition. So for example, if it is said that whether the number is positive or negative, so I'm writing it. What will be the condition for that? I'm declaring the variable number in which the user will give me the input. So number should be greater than 0. If the number is greater than 0, it means the number is positive, right? So the condition, so what will be in the output of this condition? If this condition will be true, if our number we are providing that will be greater than 0, then the instruction written inside this curly braces will be executed. If not, then this if block will not be executed. So what will be inside this this printf? That the number is positive. Now else, if else. What if else does? In just if condition, only if condition will be written. When it is about if else, then you have to give the else block also. So else block, then the curly braces. Inside the else block, I will write that else else printf number is negative. As I am having only two conditions right now, whether the number is positive or the number is negative. If we need multiple conditions to be checked, then we can use else if. So first, explaining you about if else. If this block, if this condition that number is greater than 0 will be false, then the else block will be executed. If this condition is true, then only if block will be executed. It won't go into the else block. So this is the if else statement. Now the third condition, that is third statement, that is else if, right? What is in the else if? We are having multiple conditions to check. First is whether the number is positive. Second is number is negative or number is 0. So in the else if condition, what will be the condition we will be providing? That is number less than 0. That numbers are said to be negative. The basic syntax for if, else if, then the else part. Else part is compulsory, whether it is if else, else if, or else if ladder. As per the syntax, printf, else the number is 0. If we are having more conditions, that the whatever entered number is, if we need to check whether the number is character, then we can check it out by providing one more else if, one more condition in the else if, that is number greater than equal to a and number less than equal to z, then the number is character. So this is the else if ladder. If else if else if else if else if, that is the else if ladder, and then last the else statement. Clear up till now? Anyone is having any doubts? What other students are doing? Other students? If you have any doubt, just let me know so that we can clear it right now. As conditional statements and the loop that we are going to study further in the lab sessions are important on the basis of your exam. Okay. Till now, keeping it to this much, then the switch case will learn it when it will come to our program. So now, including the header file, main block, main function, so integer, number, declaring the variable integer number, number is our variable, taking the input from the user, so giving the user a message to enter the number. Scanf %d, comma, ampersand number. So now the first if condition, to check whether the number is positive or not. We are having multiple conditions, so I have used else if. If you would be having just two conditions, then if else, or if we would be having only one condition, that I would have only used if. So over here I have used else if. So the first condition is to check whether the number is positive. The second condition, that is to check whether number is negative or not. Even I can keep here the third condition, that is to check whether the number is 0 or not, if number equal to 0. And the else, in the else part, I can write printf, that is number undefined. So I've used here three condition, and the third condition is the number is 0 or not. Just for the information, if I'm giving here only one equal to equal sign here, then it will assign the number variable equals to 0. And if I'm using here equals to, means that is a comparison operator. It will compare whether the number stored, integer value stored in the number, is equal to 0 or not. So there is difference between equal to and equal to. So the one only single time equal to is used for assigning some number to variable, and equals to is used for comparing two things, whether I'm comparing it with any other variable, or whether I'm comparing it with number or anything. So when there is 2 times equals to, it means we are comparing something. We are checking that whether this is equals to this or not. So we are comparing both are same or not. And if I'm using one time equal to, means I'm assigning something to the variable. Anybody is having any doubt till here? Okay, I'm executing. So I'm entering the number as -2, and the answer is negative. Once again, I am executing is to check every conditions we have used. So I'm entering it as 0. The number is 0. So this condition is completely executing well. This condition is also executing well. So now I will be checking for the number is positive or not. So entering the value as 5 and the number is positive. I hope everyone is clear about the program now. Anybody is having any doubt, just let me know. Okay. Moving on to next. Next program says that write a program to read a marks from student from keyboard whether the student is pass or fail using if else. So they have said you just remember in exams they will specify you something same as in this they have specified that read a marks of student from keyboard. So this statement says that you need to use a scanf statement, means the input should be given from the user. Sometimes if they are too tricky about it, they want to check, then they will specify this. So before writing the program, just read the statement problem definition carefully. To read the marks of student from keyboard and check whether the student is pass or fail, and they have already even provided that you need to use if else statement. So next, okay, the program is about to check whether student is pass or fail. Starting with the header file, including header file. Integer main, return 0. The basic C structure of our program. Then what variable they have said us, that is the marks of student. So student is going to enter the mark of one subject. So the variable we need to declare is integer marks. Now I need to give a message to a student that please enter your marks. ampersand marks. Then what is said in the problem definition, that we need to use if else statement. So the if condition first condition will be whether the student is pass or fail. So the first condition I am taking it as marks greater than or equal to 23 will be considered as pass. So printf double quotes the message, student is pass. Next, else condition. Printf student is fail. So that's it. Anyone is having any doubt? Okay. So I'm executing it. I'm entering the marks as 20 and it says that student does fail because the condition we have kept is the marks greater than 23 or greater than or equal to 23 will be given as pass. So what will happen here? When this program will execute, in place of marks, can you send your program to everyone? Is anybody is finding any error in this? I'll be executing the same program here, whatever the condition he has said. But first, let me explain this where I was. I was at, while executing, the marks will be replaced by 20. So 20 greater than or equal to 23, this condition will be marked as false. So only the statement will be executed. Now, I am performing the same program as this person. He has done that marks greater than equals to 33 means you are pass. Then the else if statement that marks greater than equal to 80. Kunal, just be attentive here that what I am writing. So if you got any error or something, you will get to know about it, that what is wrong with your program. Else if, then for printf The message here is you are intelligent. And else the student is fail. Kunal, I think you have given the space. I find the space after if. It's fine. I don't think there should be any error. I'm executing it. Check it out. If so, I'm giving the input as 85 and let's check whether the condition get yes. So Kunal, so the error is you get Kunal, so error I got it, that is over here, that the first condition itself says that the anything equal to 33, anything greater than or equal to 33 is considered as passed. So this condition will never get false. Students, just say this. Just listen to this. This is important one. That what I have written is any marks less than or equal to 33 is considered as pass. So if I'm giving is 83. So 83 or 85, I have given any marks above 33. That could be 100, 118, any marks above 33. This condition won't get false. So it will not check else if condition. So what we need to do is the same program is inside our 12th practical, that we need to check using else if ladder, that marks between 100 to 80, 79 to 80, 59 to 40 and less than 40. So the same program we are going to perform here. So in this program, let us just consider the else if condition. So Kunal, did you get that error that the else if block is not executed because the condition we have given here won't get false, because anything greater than 33 will be considered as pass. I hope everyone is clear about it. Kunal, are you clear now that why the else if block is not executed? If anyone has any doubt, just let me know. In this program, it was specified that whatever you need to do, that will be done using if else statement. So we have used here if else. If anyone is having any doubt, just let me know. Okay, moving towards the next. The next program says that read three numbers from the keyboard and find out the maximum out of 3 using nested if else. Nested itself says that if in something inside something, that is nested. So we are going to if then condition curly braces. Inside that curly braces also we need to provide the if condition, and then else, and inside else also if there is any condition, then you can provide inside else also the if condition, that is nested. If something inside something means if inside if condition we are giving it other condition to check. So I hope everyone is clear about it. If you have any doubt, just let me know. Okay. So the program is to check whether the number to find maximum of 3 numbers. So what is input for us? That is 3 numbers. So I'm giving it as integer a comma b comma c. That are the 3 numbers of our input. Giving the prompt message to the user, that is enter 3 numbers, scanf. I'm giving the multiple input. So percentage d comma a, that is first, scanf percentage d into double quotes comma b, and the same for c. Now what we have to do is we have to use nested if, that is as given in the problem definition itself. So the first condition here is if, I'm checking, that is if a greater than b, then maximum of 3. So the other condition would be if a is also greater than c, then printf maximum of 3 numbers is percentage d comma a. Else printf maximum of three number is C. Then the next else portion. In the else, we'll be checking if B is greater than C, then printf the greater number is B. Else printf the maximum of 3 is C. So what is this logic about? In the first statement, in the first condition, we are checking that if A is greater than B, so whatever numbers will be entering, that will be stored in A, B, and C. So it will replace A with that number and B with that number. If this condition will get false, it will go into the else portion and it will check whether the B, if A won't be greater than B, then of course B will be greater than C, B will be greater than A. So it will next check that whether the B is greater than C or not. If B will be greater than C, then it will print that the output will be the maximum of three numbers will be B. Over here, if B will also not be greater than C, then of course we know that if A is not great, if A is greater than B is false, B is greater than C is false, then we definitely know that C will be greater than all the three numbers. So I hope you all are clear with the logic. And over here also we are checking that if A is greater than B, then A is not greater than C, then it will go to the else portion and execute maximum of three numbers is C. I hope everyone is clear with the logic. Now I am executing this program. I have not return 0. So that's it. Executing the program. Entering three number. The first is 10, second is 20, and third is 15. So the first number entered is 10, then 20, and then 15. So the greater of maximum of three numbers is 20, that is B. Anybody is having any doubt till now? Anyone is having any doubt, or should I move further? Okay, moving to further. The next program says that the check whether the entered character is capital, small, digit, or any special character. So what we have to check 4 conditions over here. Whether the entered character is capital, that is first condition. Second is small. Third is digit. And the fourth is if these 3 conditions are false, then of course it will be any special character. So that would be the else part of our program. So moving towards the next. So the next program is about check whether entered character. Just listen to the question carefully to check whether the entered character is capital, small, digit, or the special. So here they have specified that we need to take the input as character. So what will be our data type for this program? That would be character. Till now we have worked with integer and float. Now we will be working with character. So to declare the character data type, the keyword is character. So character C I will be taking is a character variable C. C is a character type variable. The data type of C variable will be character, and character data type is declared as a keyword char. So CHAR. So now user input, enter any character. Scanf. For percentage, for integer data type we are using percentage %d. For character data type it is percentage %c. ampersand C. Now we are having 4 conditions, so I will be using else if ladder over here. So if the first condition will be C greater than equal to, as it is character will be written in the single quote. That is, if it is greater than or equal to capital A, and even C is less than or equal to Z. So that is capital Z. Then and then we can say that it is a capital letter. The character entered is from the capital letter. So printf character entered is capital letter colon percentage C comma C. Anyone is having any doubt till now? Now, else if the other condition, checking that whether the character entered is a small letter or not. So C greater than equal to small a and C less than equal to small z. Then printf the character entered is small letter. Else if we need to check whether the entered character is digit or not. So C greater than equal to 0 and C less than equal to 9. So the entered character is a digit. Else you can say that printf it is special character. Anyone is having any doubt till now? Students? Okay. Executing the program. I'm entering a character that is capital B. So the character entered is a capital B. I hope everyone is clear now. Moving on to next program. Next program is read the marks from keyboard. And your program should display the equivalent grade according to the following table, and you have to use if else ladder over there. So the grades are according to this table, that if the grade your marks are between 100 to 80 to 100, then you have been passed with the distinction. If 79 to 60, then first class. 59 to 40 second class, and less than 40 will be considered as fail. So moving on to the next. So Kunal, over here, your doubt will be cleared that why greater than 33 was considered as a pass, or the else if condition was not properly executing. So the program is about display the grade of student. Writing the base include statement. Integer marks to display the grade. So printf enter marks. Scanf, I'll be entering %d, comma, ampersand marks. So the first condition I have to check is whether the marks of student is between or should be less than 100 and greater than 80. So marks should be greater than 80 and marks should be less than equal to 100. So that is printf distinction. So else if the next condition, that is marks should be greater than equal to 60 and marks should be less than 79, less than or equal to 79. That could be declared as first class. So printf first class. So the third condition is else if marks should be greater than equal to 40 and it should be less than or equal to 59. So that is declared as printf second class. Else printf you are fail. Any doubts, anyone? So now I'm entering the marks as 85 and its distinction. So about the this program, above program where it was just if else, if we have in the Kunal's program, he has written that n greater than or equal to 30 and else if n greater than or equal to 80. This was not executing because we need to write here end conditions. If he would have written, if we would have written here that the we have given some upper and the lower thing, matlab less than this and greater than this is considered as pass, or greater than 80 is considered as distinction, we would have given some other condition too here, then the this else the n less than n greater than or equal to 80 would have been executed. So this is the example that how we need to differentiate between the marks. Anybody is having any doubt till now? Anyone? Okay. So in today's lab session, we have covered if else statement, if statement, and else if ladder. I hope everyone is clear about it. If there is any doubt, just let me know.
बोन्स कर रहा
So today's homework I have given to you, that is you have to execute the 7th program from your list of experiments in your syllabus, and I have also provided you the hint. Please execute it, and if there is any doubt, we'll discuss it in the next lab. So till then, you can write your attendance over here in the chat box and then you can leave. Take care and be safe, everyone. Have a good day ahead. And you can leave.
क्या बात है?
In the speed you all are giving me attendance, at the speed you all can give me answers too.
1 minute, ma'am.